Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another 4K action figure review on the Medicom MAFEX, the amazing Spider-Man comic repaint version 2 6-inch scale action figure. Gotta ask you guys a favor, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. It does help this YouTube channel out a lot, and if you're trying to get your action figures, you can do so at Big Bad Toy Store, proud sponsor of the ShartimusPrime YouTube channel. If you're trying to get your MAFEX figures, you can do so right over there. Check the link in the description below. And this figure right here is a repaint of the other comic version Spider-Man that came out not even that long ago. The packaging is very similar, where they have the Todd McFarlane image right over here. It says Double Trouble, 6-inch, 108 MAFEX, and you can see the two-tone comic Spidey right over there. And then on the back, you can see all kinds of product shots right over here. And then there's another product shot over there. And on the top says Amazing Spider-Man. I do like the classic logo. And then we get a more contemporary logo. And then not much more at the bottom. So let's gently put the package right over here and crack this thing open, because I keep my MAFEX boxes. And whip, yeah. So here he is. And it looks cool to me, man. I gotta say, I do like this. It's not necessarily right off the bat, I guess, my favorite version of Spider-Man, or of comic Spider-Man from MAFEX, but I gotta say, it does look very cool. Let's just do a 360 right over here. There's just something about the cell shading. I keep wanting to call it cell shading anyway. And I say two-tone, but it's actually a three-tone thing that they're doing right here with the colors. But it looks pretty good. Now, as far as accessories go, it's all the same stuff that we'd seen before. However, with the MAFEX stand this time around, we're getting a much larger clamp. It's the same clamp that came with the Wolverine figure. And I don't like this clamp. I like the much smaller one. That's the one I tend to use in videos and stuff, and it's just a lot easier to work with because you can use the smaller clamp to just grab the leg of the figure instead of having this big old bulky thing going around the waist. So you get the hinges, you know where they are. You get the same number of webbing and everything, so you can see that you get the splayed out web at the end, the very long one. Well, you can't really see crap like that, but here, with some Shartimus hand right there, and then you get the port that you could plug into the stand, like how we've seen before many times. You get two of these smaller web effects right here, and they're not different from any of the other versions. And you get two of these mid-range ones, and then you get one swinging one right here where you can grab this. There that goes. And then, of course, you get the magnetic feet, you get the regular feet, you get the magnetic hands, you get the thwipping hands, relaxed hands, fisted hands, web-grabbing hands, and you get the mask right here. And then you also get the two alternate heads. You get, the eyes a little bit more squinty, and then you get the Peter Parker head. And this is actually the only head I wanted to compare to with the other version, because they are very similar to each other, but there are slight differences right here. And I gotta say, version 2.0 I like a little bit more. I don't know what it is. I think maybe just the paint or something, but you can see how similar these are to each other. This is the regular comic version, and this is 2.0 version, so you could see that right there. Very similar. I just feel like we're getting a little bit more paint on this 2.0 version, and it's a lot more matted, whereas this one is a lot more glossy, especially with the hair. So out of the two of them, I am favoring the comic version 2.0. Wow, that's a lot of exposure right there, but yeah, not looking too bad at all. So let's get a look at this figure, man. Let's check out the paint apps, because that's really all we're getting over here as far as new goes. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention with the accessories, man, be careful with these wrist joints. They can break on you. So I didn't have that problem with my other version before, but with this one, I actually had an earlier copy that had the wrist pegs break off on each side. So if that happens to you, yeah, you gotta try to get a replacement. That's what I ended up doing. So, thankfully Big Bad Toy Store was really cool about that. They are known for that, not just by me, but people that are not sponsored by Big Bad Toy Store have said the same thing, and I had the same experience before I was sponsored by Big Bad Toy Store, that their customer service was top-notch. So if you don't want to take my word for it, take the word from people that aren't sponsored by BBTS, and you'll hear the same positive response as far as their customer service goes. It is very much top-notch. They have done a very good job of creating a reputation for themselves. So anyway, let's brighten this up and get this figure more into focus. And oh my god, the leg popped off on me just right now. I haven't had a leg pop off like that before. Geez, so will it go right back on? Okay, there it goes. And there's Emma playing on her little piano. And this looks cool, man. I do like the black paint over it. You know, you get these lines, and you can see that there's these highlights coming through right over here. I think that's pretty dope. You can see the highlight right there on the top getting close to the forehead. That's pretty neat. And then looking at the back, I think that looks really cool. The inking on it, man. It just looks like ink work from a comic book, so I think that's really cool. Not a must-get kind of thing. I don't think everybody should, be, going crazy for this, but at the same time, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I don't know, you're going to dig this, man. I think so. I like it. I think it looks badass. I think it just came out looking really good. I think it's a pretty creative thing. I wouldn't necessarily want every character this kind of way, though. It's only just because Spidey is my favorite superhero that I'm just really stoked off of this. I'm sure, like, if it was a different character, I probably wouldn't be as excited for it. But I do think it looks cool. And I like seeing, the highlights right there. Those dark ink shaded areas. Look at the spider butt. That's kind of funny looking. His left cheek is a little bit more highlighted than his right cheek is more highlighted than his left cheek. So there you go. And then you can see the nice calves right there. And I like how they're not just mirrored from each other. It's not the same exact thing on each side. So that's really cool. I like that. And you get some more highlights right down there and everything. So that's pretty neat. And this leg freaking came off on me, man. Damn. Jeez. I don't know why I've had such bad luck with this particular figure. I feel like the MAFEX is kind of... And I had some bad luck with the Wolverine figure. I'll get into comparisons later on, but I had Wolverine arms popping off on me like crazy. So it's a little unnerving to see MAFEX prices going up and up with every frickin' release, which is ridiculous because I've been vouching for this company since the beginning. I picked up their very first figure they had out there, and well, actually, that was a gift, right? It was from Devil's Due. Devil's Due himself, I think that's actually the very first one that I got. But I was gonna get it, man. I wanted it, but man, yeah. I picked them. I've picked up tons of figures since then. Like I've been pretty consistent about picking up MAFEX figures. I love MAFEX figures, but if they're gonna, skyrocket from the $40 price range, dude. Like they started at $40, and now these things are like $90. And if you're gonna be like, if you just buy it from a Japanese seller, Shartimus, and you just pay $70, it's like, oh, okay, $70. Wow, huge break. Anyway, it's still better than $90, but still, really, I think I bought the MAFEX Wolverine from a Japanese seller, and it cost me like $75 plus shipping or something. But anyway, this is over 6 inches tall right over here. And compared to the regular version of this Spidey figure, which I do prefer more so than this newer one. I just like the solid metallic kind of shiny blue that we're seeing right here. Yeah, there they are side by side. And yeah, man, I do like this one more, but this still looks freaking cool to me. Yeah, I do like this one, but I like that one more. Yeah, that looks cool. That one looks cool. They both look cool. I like them both. All right, and then here it is next to the MAFEX Wolverine, which, man, I am on the verge of wanting to sell. It's like I want to sell this thing, but then at the same time, when I pick it up, I'm like, I like the heft of it. There's something about it that just still really looks cool to me. There's stuff about it that I still really like, but I kind of, it's just the price point. I'm feeling like I should get rid of it, but I still kind of like it. I don't know. We will see. And then you can see that we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man, which is not looking too bad right there. So that's pretty cool. So I like that he fits in with Marvel Legends pretty okay. He's just maybe a little bit smaller than your average Spider-Man figure from Marvel Legends. So let's get another head on here. Just show some head swappage really quick just so you guys can see. And I want to get him into a different pose. Let's see here. I want to just get him all posed up. Let's get a web shooter. Or we could do one of these, actually. I like seeing him grabbing onto the web. That's always fun. So just going to hang out and get a little happy pose. Get a little happy pose on there. Careful with those wrist pegs. They can be stiff sometimes. Oh, man. It's like being, have you ever been in a car accident and then you go driving again after everything and you're like, oh, God, Oh God, no, please don't hit me. Oh no, I don't want to get a car accident. That's how I feel like getting these hands on here. I'm like, oh God, please don't break. Whoopsie. So, oh, frickin' hell, I don't want to keep going for it. If I blow some hot breath on there, maybe I could get this. Oh God, it's so stiff with this particular hand. I'm not even going to risk it anymore. Screw that piece. I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here. You know, MAFEX, I love you guys, but you're losing me on this, man. You guys are losing me. There it goes. Okay, cool. Got that there, and then I'll use this webbing right here. So, you know, I like this figure, man, but like I'm not going to pretend that the blatant faults aren't there. They are totally there. The QC issues, the price point, it's just getting worse. And that coupled together, I think, is not going to be good for MAFEX in the long run. And I want good things to happen to MAFEX because I like... I hate how that thing keeps falling off on me. But I want good things to happen to MAFEX. I want MAFEX to do well. I essentially really like their work, but... And then this clamp right here. Are you serious? Like, that's what I mean, is this what you guys had in mind? Is to go around the waist and be all loose like that? Because it doesn't make it easy to pose. Or is it supposed to go all the way around his chest? That's how I'm supposed to have it set up? That's supposed to be like, oh, yeah, it's sick to have on the shelf. Just like that? Having a little clear clamp, grabbing his nipples? I guess, dude. I don't think so, though, bro. I don't think so. But anyway... Once again, I want to give you guys a warning that I will be in New York City doing a meet and greet over there. So I hope to see you guys there. Why is the camera doing this? Why would it do that? Oh, God. But yeah, I'll be there in New York City. Hope to see you guys there this Saturday, February 22nd. That's tomorrow. And yeah, if you liked this video, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!